Hey there, Dr. Jewa Lea here, talking about heart for this month, Heart Health Month, in my ongoing series, Whole Heart Living. My premise is that heart disease is the number one killer worldwide. And despite millions of dollars being thrown at heart disease and its prevention and its maintenance, I guess is the best word for it, because no cure has been found medically, people are still dying of heart disease at an alarming rate. I have a couple more statistics I wanted to add to the ones that I had earlier, if I could unearth them. Yeah, every 34 seconds, someone dies of a heart attack in the United States alone. One of four deaths in men are due to heart attack. And since 1984, more women than men have died of heart attack. In the previous days, I went over some things that were different than what we have been told about the heart. And I wanted to do a review, if I could. I'm trying to see how I can get this in here, and I'm not sure. I was trying to share a screen, and I don't think it's going to let me do that. Let's see. No, it's not. Well, anyway, next time I will just share the screen and go through that. I'm still learning about Facebook Live and how it works. And let's see if that does anything. And no, that's not what I want to do. That does anything. And no, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, that wasn't it. Okay, technical difficulties. Anyway, I had some slides I wanted to share, so I'm going to figure out how to do that for the next Facebook Live. I know how to do it in YouTube, and I may have to switch over to YouTube in order to do that the way that I want to, because there's some slides that I think would be helpful in what I'm trying to share, what I am sharing, not trying to share, but what I am sharing. So what have we gone through these past couple of days? It's only day 3 in February, and we've covered quite a bit of information about the heart. The first one being that when it starts off as an arterial tube, and then it twists and turns until it forms the final shape that we're familiar with, the 4-chambered heart. Those twists and turns are due to a vortex energy that enters the fetus during development that causes those twists and turns. And that vortex energy is like the blueprint of the universe. If you think about the Milky Way, if you think about the Nautilus, if you think about tornadoes and hurricanes, how the Earth goes around the sun, the solar system, all of those things move in a vortex. So our heart is formed by vortex energy, energy moving in a vortex. And not only that it operates by being a vortex accelerator, decelerator. So it helps move blood through the body in a vortex pattern by catching the blood and then releasing the blood in a vortex. Other thing that we covered, that the heart is actually not one solid muscle. It is actually 8 layers, and those 8 layers are interconnected in such a way that they communicate with each other, and they form a pattern where it starts off at 36 degrees and then gradually changes through those 8 layers until it's 36 degrees in the other direction. And that's significant in a lot of different ways that we'll get into later when we start talking about the sacred geometry of the heart, which will come in later video broadcasts. Also, what we discussed was how the heart moves, when it's pumping, well, not pumping, but when it's contracting during systole and diastole. It moves in a twisting fashion, and it doesn't pulsate like we've been told that the heart beats in a pulsating fashion. That pulsation is actually an illusion of function, where the heart is oscillating and moving slightly as the base and the apex approximate each other in this twisting motion in the inner layers. All this is leading up to what the heart is really doing. Moving blood through the body is just one of the functions that the heart does. And we'll explore other things that it does in the coming videos. One of the things that I wanted to cover in this video was the electrical system of the heart, and whether the heart, team heart, or the brain, team brain, is the ruler of the body. So the heart has its own intrinsic nervous system, apart from the central nervous system that's governed by the brain. That nervous system is developed early on when the heart starts forming at day 21 during fetal gestation, and it's formed from neural crest cells from the embryo. And so this nervous system is called the brain in the heart, and it was uncovered by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Armour back in 1981, I believe. So it's relatively a recent discovery that the heart has its own nervous system. So with this nervous system, the heart can sense, regulate, and communicate with the outside systems of the body in a way that is beneficial. So when we think about the heart and the brain, and you think about which one is more powerful, which one is the top dog in the body, more often than not, people think about the brain because, we are thinking beings. The brain runs the electrical system of the body. How we move, talking, seeing, all the senses are regulated by the brain. However, the heart is the top dog. And the reason why it's the top dog is that the heart actually informs the brain. It informs the brain on what to do and how to do it, and then the brain communicates back to the heart what it's done, and the heart beats accordingly. So the brain is the conductor of the symphony of all the systems of the body. If we look at all the systems of the body, we have the respiratory system, we have the digestive system, we have a hormonal system, we have lymph system, and I'm missing a whole lot of other ones. Augmentary system, which is the skin. So we have all these different systems of the body. Reproductive system, excuse me, reproductive system. All of these are guided by the influence of the heart. How the heart beats is actually sending signals to the brain, and then the brain in turn decodes those signals and sends that information to the muscles and all the other systems of our body. And then a feedback loop comes back where those systems communicate to the brain, and then that information goes back to the heart. There are actually more nervous connections from the heart to the brain than vice versa. So that's really profound, especially when you think about the fact that one of the things that is batted around is about how much brain capacity that we use as humans. And there are theories that we probably use around 10% of our brain capacity. And my conclusion is that if we knew more about our hearts and how they operate, we could use more brain capacity, because the heart is actually doing the informing to the brain as opposed to vice versa. Just to sum it up, would you rather be heart dead or brain dead? I mean, both are kind of tragic, but when you're brain dead, you're still alive. Your heart is still beating. But when you're heart dead, game over. That's it. So the heart has its own nervous system. That nervous system senses and regulates and sends signals that are beneficial to the regulation of the whole body. The heart has more nervous connections from it to the brain than vice versa. So it is informing the brain what to do in regards to all the systems of the body. This is profound. And we'll discuss this even more when we start talking about this heart-brain connection in further detail. But I just wanted to give you an overview of that. And I'm going to check into the slides thing. I'm kind of disappointed. I had some slides that I wanted to share, and I'll figure out how to do all that. So next time that we meet, which is tomorrow, we'll go more in depth about the heart-brain connection and all the implications that this has on our health, and they are profound. This is Dr. Jewa Lea with my Whole Heart Living series. If you missed the live production, you can see it on Facebook, or you can go to my YouTube channel at drjewatv.com, and I'll have it in the notes section here as well. drjewatv.com, drjewatv.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button and all those other buttons that let you follow me for the next several days in February while we discuss heart. Don't let yourself be a statistic. Share this information with your family and friends. Everybody has a heart. Heart disease is the #1 killer for a reason, and that's misinformation or no information. Get informed and improve your heart health today. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.